You're sweeter than strawberry pie, just like the morning your smile brings the sunshine.
The Parkview Family Birthing Centers, with everything you need for baby, plus birth planners, expert physicians, midwives, and more for you.
I'm a Parkview mom.
You can be too. Learn more at parkviewmom.com.
Friday Night Lights. Fort Wayne football from the comfort of your own home, or when you're on the go. The same night the pigskin touches the end zone, or is stopped dead in its tracks. 10 teams, 5 games, one website, SummitCitySports.com. Live stream high school games, score updates, and news hub for all Fort Wayne area athletics. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and SummitCitySports.com.
How do you design one of the most advanced ERs in the country? At Parkview, we did it by focusing all our attention on you, the patient, by involving doctors and nurses in the design process, by creating quieter, more private spaces, and by leading the region in heart, stroke, and trauma care. This is not your typical emergency room. It's Parkview. In an emergency, isn't this where you'd rather be?
Parkview, your partner in health.
AWP Sports finds the athlete's purpose beyond athletics, the industry leader in sports performance for over 10 years in Northeast Indiana. You can find out more by clicking on the Services tab at the top of this page. Parkview Sports Medicine continues to lead the way in Northeast Indiana with our new Parkview Ortho Express Clinic, offering direct access to physicians and Saturday morning clinics that are convenient for you. Parkview Sports Medicine, game on.
With active science, just the overall objective of having better physical activity along with gaining knowledge and wisdom, it aligns with everything I stand for, with clear-eye view and having a determined belief, earned dreams and a focused vision.
So I got Grace the Magnificent here with me. So we're gonna go through a little activity. What I want you to do is try to get past me, NFL linebacker. You get past me, I'll do 10 jumping jacks. But if I tag you, then you do 10 jumping jacks, and then we'll flip it around and see if I can get past you, all right?
All right.
All right. Blue 42. Uh-oh. 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 2. Count it out.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
At Parkview Sports Medicine, it's game on. Our elite team of experts in orthopedic surgery, athletic rehabilitation, nutrition, and sports performance coordinate your care all along the way. Parkview Sports Medicine, game on.
My grandpa taught me years ago, do business with people you know and who know you. That's why I joined Fort Financial Credit Union. Their staff knows I'm busy at college. They set me up with a checking account, a debit card, and an auto loan. With the Fort's mobile app, I can check balances, transfer money, and make my car payment. My grandparents loved doing business with the Fort, and I do too. My future, my family, my Fort.
While the expansion of the Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse is enhancing the experience for athletes around the area, Parkview Sports Medicine is doing the same inside of the expansion, introducing the brand new Parkview Ortho Express Clinic, providing immediate access to the entire PSM team for athletes all around the region.
We have this team that we can take care of them from the moment they come in, present with their injury, take them all the way through to the point where they're ready to be back to the performance level that they came in pre-injury. We can provide just about anything that any of your walk-in clinics provide, but we definitely focus on musculoskeletal issues.
The Ortho Express Clinic meets athletes where they're at and when they're playing. The entire PSM team will be at an athlete's fingertips. Additionally, the clinic houses the region's only DEXA body composition assessment and a sports dietitian who can work with athletes on their dietary needs.
Some athletes, it might be a difference in their starting position. You know, they might see a number and say, wow, you know, I had no idea that was my body composition. How can I change this? And sometimes just seeing numbers is more motivating than just talking about, you know, maybe their calorie amount that they're taking in.
The advantage to having an Ortho Express clinic is the diversity of the hours. So people who have non-traditional work schedules should be able to get in. I think having athlete access on the athletic trainer side in the trenches, so to speak, and having them be able to get a hold of us or maybe send us a note and saying, hey, this patient's coming in, this is what I'm worried about, and gives us a heads up.
Whether it's the use of treatment tables, the radiology room, cold whirlpool tank, or the traditional exam room, the Ortho Express Clinic gives patients a seamless experience all under one roof.
This is the type of facility you see in professional and high-level Division I athletics where you have everything right in one place. So if an athlete gets hurt playing basketball or volleyball on the other side, within the same facility they can get their physical therapy or an x-ray if needed just to rule out a fracture. That's stuff you hear about in the NFL, stuff you hear about at high-level colleges where kids just went downstairs and got an x-ray at halftime. We can actually do that in-house now. So it makes us kind of a state-of-the-art, unique facility.
Pilates therapy is using the Pilates technique in a therapeutic way. Pilates itself is just using, we would use equipment, Pilates equipment, to work on precise movement patterns in the Pilates method in that rehabilitation process. The benefit of doing Pilates with the therapy, the biggest benefit is to work on smaller muscle groups and precise movement patterns that you're going to get with using the Pilates method. In this method, if you just come in with low back pain, or you have some shoulder pain, or you have some other pains that aren't surgically repaired, the Pilates method is very effective in utilizing those smaller muscle groups that are attached from the core into the shoulders or to the hips to strengthen from the inside out. It very much works posture. In this day and age, posture is a huge thing with people, sitting at desks, keeping the head forward.
Anybody can benefit from Pilates. Definitely athletes, performers, dancers, gymnasts, but you also people chronic pain, back pain, shoulder pain, teenagers, even women going through pregnancy or postpartum can also benefit from Pilates.
Pilates is for everyone, and including men, especially men. Men get tight as they age, decrease in flexibility in the hamstrings, in their spine. Now you have many professional athletes doing Pilates, LeBron James, Jake Arrieta, Antonio Brown, and they're finding the benefits of getting the elongation of the muscles and the strengthening and the balance and the control that helps them during their sport. And we are the only clinic in Fort Wayne that services both physical therapy and Pilates at the same time, that you can get a Pilates-based rehabilitation.
If you're an athlete or the parent of one, you want to check out Parkview Sports Medicine. We serve every level of athlete with our sports nutritionist, our expert physicians at O&E, and the area's only specialized athletic rehab. To learn more, go to parkviewsportsmedicine.com and click on the Services tab.
Welcome to the University of St. Francis, located in the heart of Fort Wayne, Indiana, where the Cougar basketball programs have won 2 national championships and finished runner-up twice since 2010. And the Cougar football program is fresh off a 2016 national championship. USF is a 3-time gold-level Champions of Character institution, one of only 12 NAIA schools to earn that distinction. The University of St. Francis provides you the opportunity to get a great education while competing for championships. Welcome in, everybody, to the Hutzel Athletic Center here on the campus of the University of St. Francis here in Northeast Indiana for this Crossroads League doubleheader between 2 of the premier programs in the NAIA. Your University of St. Francis Lady Cougars, who come in ranked number 25 in the country. St. Francis 16-11 overall, 8-7 in Crossroads League play. And we will be hosting the Indiana Wesleyan Wildcats, ranked number 20th in the country. Wesleyan, 20 wins overall, 7 losses, 12-3 in conference play. You see the Lady Wildcats coming out onto the floor. They are led by Anna Imhoff, number 10. Anna is averaging 17 points per game, which ranks her number 29 in the country. She has 460 total points scored on the season. Imhoff also ranks number 13 in the country with 78 three-point field goals made. She averages 2.9 three-pointers a game. Right behind her is Nicole Ignasiuk. Ignasiuk is a junior, stands 6'1" tall. She's been a Crossroads League Player of the Week 2 times this year, and she averages 14.4 points per game. There you see the Lady Cougars. St. Francis is led by Kara Gurka. Kara was the second-team All-Crossroads League performer a year ago and was the Crossroads League Freshman of the Year. Kara has been a 2-time Crossroads League Player of the Week. She averages 18.3 points per game, which ranks her number 18 in the country with 493 total points scored on the season. Gurka ranks number 13 in the country, shooting 57% from the field. She also ranks number 13 in the country, shooting 45% from three-point land. Right behind her in scoring is Lindley Kistler, the sophomore. Lindley last year started the season at IPFW, then transferred to the University of St. Francis. The first game she was eligible was the first matchup between these two teams back on January the 13th, when St. Francis traveled to then number 13 Indiana Wesleyan and won it 82-68. There's Lindley right there. Kistler is averaging 16.3 points per game. She's shooting 47% from three-point land, hitting 22 of 47, and she's 39 of 78 from the field, shooting 50%. We're going to read from our game day program put together by Sports Information Director Bill Scott. Forward is the only way to move for 25th ranked University of St. Francis at the Hutzel Athletic Center. Lady Cougars tangle with 20th ranked Indiana Wesleyan University today after suffering a 78-73 loss at 36th ranked Huntington University on Wednesday night. In the first meeting on January the 3rd at number 13 Indiana Wesleyan, the Lady Cougars outscored IWU 65-51 over the last 3 quarters to secure the upset 82-68 win. Savannah Buck recorded a double-double, scoring 18 points and tracking down 10 rebounds for St. Francis. Kara Gurka led USF scoring with 25 points, while Lindley Kistler scored 13 points in her first game for the Lady Cougars, coming off the bench in that first game. Anna Imhoff matched Gurka's 25-point effort with 25 of her own for the Wildcats. Imhoff has scored 20 or more points in 13 games, with a high of 30 against Taylor on January the 10th. Indiana Wesleyan is 8-5 in away games overall, 10-1 at home, and 2-1 in neutral court contests. Since losing to St. Francis, the Wildcats have won 6 of their last 7 games. Their lone blemish was a 75-56 setback at Marion on January the 31st. Nicole Ignasiuk missed the first USF game with an injury, but she has returned to the lineup and scored 22 in Indiana Wesleyan's win over number 15 Taylor on February the 3rd, her 4th 20 points plus game this season. Kara Gurka is number 1 in Crossroads League only field goal shooting with a .583 percentage on 102 of 175 shooting. Gurka is number 2 in Crossroads League only 3-point field goal shooting percentage at 45%. Gurka leads Crossroads League only games 3-point field goal percentage at 52%. Imhoff is number 4 in Crossroads League only 3-point field goal shooting at 41%, hitting 45 of 109. Needless to say, folks, we have 2 of the best players in the Crossroads League here in this game with Anna Imhoff and Kara Gurka then you'd have to put Kendall Bradbury in there from Taylor. She's one of the top players in the Crossroads League as well. We're going to send it down to our PA announcer for the starting lineups and national anthem.
First up, number 20 ranked Indiana Wesleyan University Wildcats, the 25th ranked University of St. Francis Lady Cougars. At this time, the 24 rise to the prayer. Lovely Lord, we thank you for all you've given us and given to this day, these athletes, coaches, officials, and fans. Keep us all safe today, free from harm and injury. Help us to love and respect each other and ourselves. And in the words of St. Francis, enlighten the darkness of our minds and hearts. Give us a right faith, a firm hope, and a perfect charity, so that we may always and in all things act accordingly to your holy will. Amen. Please remain standing for the playing of the national anthem by the Cougar Marching Pride. Now it's time to make the starting lineup for 25th ranked University of St. Francis Cougars. Their finishes for over 651 overall and 7 in the action. At guard, the 5'9" freshman from Greenwood, Indiana, number 5, Sydney Rose. At guard, the 5'6" sophomore from Fort Wayne, number 20, Savannah Fox. At forward, the 5'6" sophomore from Western Indiana, number 21, Kara Gurka. At forward, the 6'4" sophomore from Fort Wayne, number 24, Wesleyan Kissler. At forward, the 5'11" sophomore from Timberland, Indiana, number 32, Chandler Show.
So there we have it, folks. Starting lineups for today's contest. University of St. Francis is coached by Jason Ridge in his third season with the squad. And it's Ethan Whaley for Indiana Wesleyan in his first season. He was a part of the men's basketball program for a number of years as an assistant under Greg Tonigal. So a nice, easy transition to be the head coach of the women's team. Starting lineups on the floor: Anna Imhoff, Brittany Washington, Katie Key, Carly Lang, Nicole Ignasiuk for Indiana Wesleyan, Josie Murphy, Savannah Buck, Lindley Kissler, Chandler Jones, and Kara Gurka for your Lady Cougars. Folks, we do have live stats for today's game, and you can find a link at stfranciscougars.com in the bottom right-hand corner. In the center, that is Ignasiuk along with Lindley Kissler, as possession will go to Indiana Wesleyan. Remember, Nicole Ignasiuk, number 33, did not play in the first contest between these two squads. A win for your University of St. Francis Cougars. That's Katie Key, Kelsey Key was on the team last year, and she was an All-American for Indiana Wesleyan. We got travel going to be called. Too many steps for Anna Imhoff. Once again, folks, thanks so much for joining us. My name is Jeff Mahoney, bringing you the play-by-play, and on the camera is Ahmed Rucker, who's fresh off winning the 2017 NAIA Football National Championship. Ruck played defensive tackle and had an interception in, I believe it was the senior game against Taylor this year. It was a huge play. Savannah Buck kick out goes to Kistler, near wing for 3. Lindley Kistler gets the scoring started for the Lady Cougars. A huge three-pointer. St. Francis up 3-0. Cougars in a zone defense. See Kistler up top. Looks like a 3-2 zone. Chandler Jones down. That was Kara Gurka on the block. Good defense being played against number 23, Collie Lang. Lang goes 6'1". Big lineup here for Indiana Wesleyan. Kistler, when she can get hot, man, she can really extend this lead for St. Francis. Block shot. Chandler Jones. Ignasiuk was able to get a hand on it. Sydney Crow gets the lay-in. Cougars up 5-0. Katie Key running the point. Washington. Lob goes down low, and that shot's off the mark for Ignasiuk. Savannah Buck. Savannah Buck now ranked number 50 in the country in total steals. Savannah all season long has been ranked in total assists. Right now she ranks number 32 with 105 assists. She also ranks number 50 with 54 steals. So last year as a true freshman, she'd been ranked in each one of those categories pretty much all season long. This year, the steals had escaped her, but now she's back in the top 50. Lob pass down low, Ignasiuk, beautiful find. So the first 2 points of the game go to Nicole Ignasiuk, who's averaging 14.4 points per game. She goes 6'1" from Macomb, Michigan. Kistler, nice catch by Chandler Jones. Three-pointer by Buck, and off the heel, rims in. Savannah with her first 3 of the game. She had 6 of them first time around. Love to see Savannah Buck start off the game hot. Tie up, foul's gonna be called on Savannah. 8-2 is your score. Cougar fans not liking the foul call as the lob goes into Washington. Buck had an angle there, nearly came up with the steal. She was trying to bait her. Washington now on the block, and she's going to call it the travel. That left pivot foot just moved a tad. Brittany Washington, a senior guard from Southfield, Michigan, standing 5'8". She averages 8.7 points per game and 27.7 minutes played. Not really a three-point threat as she's 3 of 24 from beyond the arc, shooting 13% on the season. Katie Key, some pressure in the backcourt. That was Crow. Kistler, top of the key, three-pointer, halfway down, rims out. Tough one there for Lindley. Washington over the timeline. Bounce pass, and Crow nearly came up with the steal, but does knock it out of bounds, so 20 seconds on the shot clock. With the inbound pass will be Anna Imhoff, who has yet to score in this game. So Washington gets her first 2 points of the game on the lay-in, 8-4. And that pass intended for Chandler Jones is stolen. Now in transition, Washington has her shot blocked by Kara Gurka. Kara on the season has 12 blocks, so that's number 13. Chandler Jones leads the team with 28 blocks, which ranks her number 44 in the country. Three-pointer good. So Imhoff gets her scoring started with the big three. She shoots 39% on the season, but that's her 79th three-pointer made on the season. She ranks number 13. Nice feed down low. Gurka, foul thrown behind. Cannot get it to fall. It's going to go against Ignasiuk. So number 21, Kara Gurka. Let's tell you about the super sophomore. In that loss against Huntington, she recorded her 1,000th career point in her 20-point output. She becomes the 23rd Lady Cougar to score 1,000 points. Folks, she's just a sophomore. The season's not over. If Kara and the Lady Cougars continue with some postseason runs here in the next 2 years, she could become the program's all-time leading scorer. Brenda Schlegel holds that honor with 2,602 points, and Kara Gurka enters today's game at 1,003. Some food for thought right there. She misses the second, but did make the first. 9-7 is your score. Near travel there by Imhoff. Ignasiuk down low. Boy, she's athletic for her size. That was a nice strong take to the cup for Ignasiuk. Tinda Crow going to be called with the foul. That'll be her first, team second. Out of the corner, Imhoff, another triple. She's got that short, compact stroke. She is now 2 of 2 from three-point land. Josie Murphy now into the contest for St. Francis. Jump stop, has it ripped away by Ignasiuk. That was Carly Lang, number 23. Key on the far wing. Gives it off to Imhoff. Anna Imhoff. I know I've called her Imhoff, and then I was watching Indiana Wesleyan's broadcast earlier this year. They were calling him Imhoff. But Imhoff with her third three-pointer. She's on fire. Went down, talked to the assistant coach. She assured me it's Imhoff. So Washington going to be called for the reach-in foul. For Brittany, that'll be her first and the team's second. Savannah Buck's going to check back in for St. Francis. She's in for Sydney Crow. In for Indiana Wesleyan is Dayton Groninger. She's a freshman, forward from Warsaw, Indiana. Went to Warsaw Community High School. Same school as Kyle Mangus, their freshman star on the men's team. Mangus had 40 points in the first win again, or the first meeting against St. Francis. It was an overtime win for Indiana Wesleyan. Kissler. Gurka, nice kick out. Ooh, long three-pointer for Savannah, just short. Ignasiuk with the board, and loose ball, turnover goes to St. Francis. Nice pressure in the backcourt by Josie Murphy. St. Francis currently 3 of 6 from the field, shooting 50%. Indiana Wesleyan's 5 of 7, shooting 71%. St. Francis, one of the top defensive teams in the country, as Kara Gurka knocks down the triple. She now has 4. So Lady Cougars pulled to within 1, 13-12. And legal screen going to be called on number 21, Brittany Washington. That'll be her second. Now into the game for Wesleyan's number 13, Janie Goodwin, sophomore from Vincennes. Gurka hit a triple her last time. Down the floor. Josie Murphy, beautiful find, just a little bit strong for Gurka. This is a tough game for Kara Gurka on the block, working with all these 6'1" bigs for Wesleyan. Nice find to number 23, Carly Lang, who gets the lay-in. That's her first bucket of the game. 15-12 your score. Savannah, Gurka 4-3. Was given a little bit of a cushion. A nice hustle play and no-look pass by Chandler Jones. Picking up the loose ball. Murphy off glass. Josie Murphy, her first bucket, 15-14 is your score. And that pass intended for Ignasiuk. Imhoff Incomplete. Indiana Wesleyan's a good-looking team, that's for sure, but they have struggled in some of their games, especially against Marion, losing it 75-56. Of course, Marion, two-time defending national champions, but they did beat Marion the first time out, 72-67. As another three-pointer, good for Savannah Buck. That'll give the Lady Cougars the lead, 17-15. Savannah now with 6 points. Pretty much all she shoots are triples. On the season, 163 three-point attempts, 199 field goal attempts. And block shot by Gurka. That's her second block shot of the game. Murphy, nice bounce pass to Kara, who finishes with the lay-in. Lady Cougars are on a run, folks, 7-0. And lead it 19-15. Beautiful bounce pass as the coaches stress the bounce pass, leads to less turnovers. Ignasiuk down low, left hand, no good. And loose ball is picked up. That is Carly Lang out of the corner. Imhoff, she's already got 3. I'm not sure if that one was partially blocked or not, but that was an air ball. She overshot the rim. Jones. Lindley Kistler has it knocked out by Imhoff. 17 seconds on the shot clock. Cindy Crow checks back in for St. Francis. Elena Adejua. It's one you got to look at a few times. Adejua. She's a sophomore, 6'1" from Fishers, Indiana. Played at Hamilton Southeastern. The Royals, always a strong team. Inbounds pass goes to Murphy. Gurka, as that pass was deflected by Imhoff. Loose ball picked up by the Lady Cougars. Savannah Buck, drive, right-handed circus shot, no good. With the rebound was Groninger. Running the point here is Goodwin. 1:05 left to play here in the first quarter. Lob pass down low, and finishing is Adijwa. Apologize if I end up messing up that last name, but kind of have to take a triple take. Murphy threw it right into the leg of Groninger. Thought maybe they were going to call a kick on number 2. Groninger takes the handoff. Back over to Goodwin. Groninger left open for 3, knocks it down. Wesleyan takes back the lead, 20-19. Been some lead changes in this one. This is Indiana Wesleyan St. Francis doubleheader, game number 1, the women. Wesleyan's got a new story on their website talking about they got a rivalry coming. Them and Taylor in football, their hand-picked first game of their collegiate career. Savannah Buck, long three-pointers, no good. Crow. So Wesleyan making it happen there. Their first game of the season going to be played against the Taylor University Trojans. St. Francis still looking for their first game of the season, as it was marked down. Three-point attempt by Katie Key is good at the buzzer. A huge three-pointer, 23-19. Wesleyan will take the lead going into the second quarter. You're watching Lady Cougar basketball, brought to you by Parkview Sports Medicine.
Athlete or the parent of one, you want to check out Parkview Sports Medicine. We serve every level of athlete with our sports nutritionist, our expert physicians at O&E, and the area's only specialized athletic rehab. To learn more, go to parkviewsportsmedicine.com and click on the Services tab. AWP Sports finds the athlete's purpose beyond athletics, the industry leader in sports performance for over 10 years in Northeast Indiana. You can find out more by clicking on the Services tab at the top of this page.
Welcome to the University of St. Francis, located in the heart of Fort Wayne, Indiana, where the Cougar basketball programs have won 2 national championships and finished runner-up twice since 2010. and the Cougar football program is fresh off a 2016 national championship. USF is a 3-time gold-level Champions of Character institution, one of only 12 NAIA schools to earn that distinction. The University of St. Francis provides you the opportunity to get a great education while competing for championship. Welcome back, everyone, as we are starting the second quarter here. Lady Cougars down 23-19 to start the second quarter. Lindley Kistler working against Goodwin. Definitely has this, oh, excuse me, that's Groninger. Groninger goes 5'10". We got a zone defense being played here by Indiana Wesleyan. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Kistler's three-pointers left a little bit short. Was that last touch by Wesleyan? No, it wasn't. Well, it's not. Bringing it up, Goodwin over the timeline. Goodwin has yet to score in this game. Backup point guard here for Wesleyan. Carly Lang. And this time the foul is going to go against Lang. Leading Wesleyan's Anna Imhoff with 9 points. She's 3 of 4 from three-point land. Groninger with 3 points. Adejua with 2, Washington 2, Key with 3, Lang with 2, and Conrad, or excuse me, Nicole Ignasiuk with 2. Savannah Buck being hassled by Katie Key. Sydney Crow, true freshman for the Lady Cougars. Dribble drive, right hand take, and finish by Kara Gurka. So Gurka gets the first bucket here in the second quarter to pull St. Francis to within 2, down 23-21. Left hand switching to the right. That was number 45, and the putback is good by Adejua. That was Sarah McLemore. I believe number 42, the sophomore at 5'10" from Covenant Christian High School. Side rim's no good on the three-point attempt by Savannah Buck. Imhoff's going to check back in, and Shayna Temple checking in for Sydney Crow. Yeah, that's number 42. Jasmine Mitchell wears number 41 for Indiana Wesleyan. Bounce pass finds Groninger. St. Francis fans wanting 3 seconds called on Imhoff. Foul's going to go against number 32, Chandler Jones. At the free throw line, it's number 14, Elena Adejua. Once again, fans in attendance are screaming for the refs just to pay attention to the 3-second violation. Adejua entering today, hitting 29 of 43, shooting 67% from the charity stripe. Hits the second. 26-21 is your score. Buck. Kistler, nice find to Gurka on the block. Kara Gurka now with 4 points in the second quarter alone. She's got 10 in the game. Imhoff, nice spin move. Runner's no good. Rebounded by Buck. That's Shayna Temple over the timeline. She's running the point, pushes Buck to the 2. Pass intended for Jones, just a little bit too close in proximity. Bringing it down was Adejua. Key coming up from the baseline there is McLemore. Takes the feed, top to Key. Key being guarded by Temple, working off the pick by Adejua as she rolls down the block. Imhoff. Key for 3. It's good. 29-23 for Katie Key. She's got 6. Near wing, Kistler. Kistler versus Imhoff. That's a nice matchup. 2-3 zone. As Gurka, extra hop there in the lane. Shot off the mark, rebounded by Dejwa. Imhoff takes the handoff. Dejwa once again. Keep an eye out on the Indiana Wesleyan bigs on the block. No violations have been called yet. Dejwa's going to check out. Back into the game is Nicole Ignasic. 29-23. Buck over the timeline. Lindley Kistler currently with 3 points in this game. As that pass goes right through the legs of Savannah Buck. That was an interesting play. I don't think she ever saw it. I think the defender had it shielded. Just take a look real quick. And Gurka, I don't know. Indiana High School regional basketball taking place today. The ladies started at 10 a.m. The second games are at 12, and the championship games are at 8. We have a few schools represented here in Fort Wayne, Indiana, as that shot's off the mark, rebounded by Kistler. Ignacia could not finish. She does have 2 points in this game. Concordia Lutheran was beating Fairfield last that I checked. At halftime, they're up by like 12, and Southside really put it to Carroll in game number 1 at the Kokomo. We got a foul going to be called. Kokomo Regional goes against number 2, Groninger. Groninger's second, team's third. So Southside won that game, and then I was watching Hamilton County, their TV station, and Zionsville was beating Carmel by like 8 points. So I don't know if they're going to be able to withstand that one. As Shayna Temple is fouled, the bucket is good. Going to head to the free throw line, looking for the and one, Shayna Temple. Shayna Temple entering today's game, shooting 69% from the charity stripe, hitting 11 of 16. St. Francis is 1 of 2, make it 1 of 3 now from the charity stripe. That'll bring the Cougars to within 3. Nasic with the pick. Imhoff crosses over. Right hand strong off glass. And that ball, we had a jump ball going to be called. Wrestling away was McLemore. Possession arrow in favor of Wesleyan. McLemore, Imhoff, trying to get it some cushion, just can't do it, and then turns it over. 6 turnovers in this game for Wesleyan, just 2 for the Lady Cougs. Down by 3. 5:09 left here in the second quarter. Temple right-hand dribble drive, stops on a dime, skip pass. That was tipped by Katie Key, but tracked down by Murphy. Temple strong take with the right hand, no good. Tap out goes to Murphy. Now Kistler for 3. Halfway down again and rims out. Lindley Kistler now 1 of 4, but 2 of them have been halfway down before they popped out. Keep shooting them, Lindley. So a 30-second timeout going to be called by, I believe it was Indiana Wesleyan, Coach Ethan Whaley. So let's take a look here. That was Gurka's 3. You're listening to the Cougar Marching Pride. Washington in the lane with a crossover. The big block by Gurka sticking with the play. Kara did have 2 blocks there in the first quarter. St. Francis currently shooting 42% from the field on 10 of 24 shooting. Wesleyan 11 of 18, 61%. Wesleyan out rebounding St. Francis 13-9. They lead in assists 8-5, in steals 3-1, but they have turned the ball over 2 more times than St. Francis. Each team with 2 blocks. St. Francis 12 points in the paint, Indiana Wesleyan 10. So really pretty even stats as that ball was intended. McElmore gets the steal. It's intended for Gurka. Key, she's pretty quick on the floor. Kick out over to Goodwin. Goodwin has yet to score in this game. Played about half, maybe about 40%. 4 minutes there in the first quarter. So they got some speed with Key and Goodwin. Pass intended for Ignasiuk was knocked away by Chandler Jones. Jones is saying that Ignasiuk was the last one to touch it. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Inbound finds Imhoff. Too strong off glass, rebounded by Murphy. 3:46 left to play. And we got a foul going to be called on the Lady Wildcats. It's going to go against Sarah McElmore. Savannah Buck's not allowed to check in yet as the ref walls her off. And Kara Gurka to shoot 2 as we are in the bonus. First one is good. Kara Gurka now 2 of 3 from the charity stripe, shooting 77%, entering today, hitting 98 of 127. It's good. Gurka now with 12 points in this one. Lady Cougars pull to within 1, 29-28 is your score. Indiana Wesleyan scoring 6 points so far in the second quarter. Goodwin over to Key, and the whistle blows. We got off the ball foul going to be called on Kara Gurka, number 21. That'll be her first, team second. With the inbounds pass will be Imhoff. Alexis Thurbin going to check into the game for St. Francis, in for Gurka. McElmore down to Ignasiuk, has a block from behind by Jones, but they're going to call the foul on Trent Dos. Ignasiuk heading to the free throw line for the first time in this game. On the season, a 74% free throw shooter, hitting 62 of 84. First one is too strong. Groninger checks back in, and Sydney Crow checks back in for St. Francis. Imhoff's going to take a breather. Second one's good. 30-28, 2-point ad. Ignasiuk now with 3 points. Lindley Kistler. Buck working off the pick by Kistler. Durbin. 9 seconds on the shot clock. Kistler for 3 is left short. Durbin with the rebound, but pass is intercepted by Key. Katie Key now to Washington. Brittany Washington checking back in for the Lady Wildcats. She currently has 2 points on 1 of 1 shooting from the field. Washington working off the pick. Rolling is Ignasiuk. Nice step through, but has her shot blocked. Shayna Temple looking to go coast to coast with it, and does off glass. Shayna Temple, her 5th point of the game. So a nice strong move. Shayna Temple going coast to coast with the lay-in as we are tied at 30. Washington calling for the motion. Is not Ignacic trying to post up Temple on the block. Kistler there with the backside help. Temple looking to kick out, last touch by Key. The inbounds pass will be Savannah Buck. Thorban hits the bunny and is fouled. Will head to the free throw line looking for the and one. Foul goes against Washington. That'll be her third. Janae Goodwin checks back in for Wesleyan. Thorban shooting 64% from the free throw line on the season, hitting 7 of 11. Knocks it down. St. Francis takes back the lead now for the first time in the second quarter, up 33-30. Key. Ignacic down low, double teamed, and she will be fouled. It's going to go against Josie Murphy. For Murphy, that's her first and the team's fourth. Fresh 30 on the shot clock. With the inbound will be Goodwin, Janae. Goodwin. Groninger bounce pass finds Katie Key. Key down low to Ignacic. Reverse lay-in is good. (33-32) is your score. 1:12 left to play. Both teams right about at their scoring average. Lady Cougar is exactly at theirs as they average 66 points scored per game. Sydney Crow cannot finish with a left-handed scoop shot. Wesleyan enters today averaging 70.2 points per game. Three-point attempt is good by Dayton Groninger. Wesleyan takes back the lead, up 35-33. Crow. And charging going to be called on number 5, Sydney Crow, as getting her feet planted was Katie Key. Crow driving baseline. Key put her feet in cement, and it worked out well for her. And they're going to switch it. Blocking foul now called on Katie Key. So Katie Key tried to get into position, but was too late. As Crow heads to the free throw line to shoot 2. First free throw for Crow. Off the heel, no good. Sydney currently with 2 points in this game. Crow entering today, 65% free throw shooter, hitting 32 of 49. She averages 7.6 points per game. Checking in is Carly Lang for Wesleyan. Second one is good for Crow. Lady Cougars now down by 1, 35-34. Goodwin. Shot clock is off. Wesleyan looking for the last shot here of the first half. Katie Key. Three-point attempt on its way is good for Carly Lang. And that will do it. Huge three-pointer there for Indiana Wesleyan as they're going to take a 38-34 lead heading into halftime. Folks, we're going to put up about a 10-minute commercial, and we'll be back with you for the second half. We'll go over a few stats, about 9 minutes. You're watching Lady Cougar basketball, brought to you by Fort Financial Credit Union.
Beautiful baby, you're sweeter than strawberry pie. Just like the morning, your smile brings the sunshine.
The Parkview Family Birthing Centers, with everything you need for baby, plus birth planners, expert physicians, midwives, and more for you.
I'm a Parkview mom.
You can be too. Learn more at parkviewmom.com.
Friday Night Lights. Fort Wayne football from the comfort of your own home or when you're on the go. The same night the pigskin touches the end zone or is stopped dead in its tracks. 10 teams, 5 games, one website, summitcitysports.com. Live stream high school games, score updates, and news hub for all Fort Wayne area athletics. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and summitcitysports.com.
How do you design one of the most advanced ERs in the country? At Parkview, we did it by focusing all our attention on you, the patient, by involving doctors and nurses in the design process, by creating quieter, more private spaces, and by leading the region in heart, stroke, and trauma care. This is not your typical emergency room. It's Parkview. In an emergency, isn't this where you'd rather be?
Parkview, your partner in health.
AWP Sports finds the athlete's purpose beyond athletics, the industry leader in sports performance for over 10 years in Northeast Indiana. You can find out more by clicking on the Services tab at the top of this page. Parkview Sports Medicine continues to lead the way in Northeast Indiana with our new Parkview Ortho Express Clinic, offering direct access to physicians and Saturday morning clinics that are convenient for you. Parkview Sports Medicine, game on.
With active science, just the overall objective of having better physical activity along with gaining knowledge and wisdom, it aligns with everything I stand for, with clear-eye view and having a determined belief, earned dreams and a focused vision.
So I got Grace the Magnificent here with me. So we're gonna go through a little activity. What I want you to do is try to get past me, NFL linebacker. You get past me, I'll do 10 jumping jacks. But if I tag you, then you do 10 jumping jacks, and then we'll flip it around and see if I can get past you, all right?
All right.
All right. Blue 42. Uh-oh. 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 2. Count it out.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
At Parkview Sports Medicine, it's game on. Our elite team of experts in orthopedic surgery, athletic rehabilitation, nutrition, and sports performance coordinate your care all along the way. Parkview Sports Medicine, game on.
My grandpa taught me years ago, do business with people you know and who know you. That's why I joined Fort Financial Credit Union. Their staff knows I'm busy at college. They set me up with a checking account, a debit card, and an auto loan. With the Fort's mobile app, I can check balances, transfer money, and make my car payment. My grandparents loved doing business with the Fort, and I do too. My future, my family, my Fort.
While the expansion of the Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse is enhancing the experience for athletes around the area, Parkview Sports Medicine is doing the same inside of the expansion. Introducing the brand new Parkview Ortho Express Clinic, providing immediate access to the entire PSM team for athletes all around the region.
We have this team that we can take care of them from the moment they come in, present with their injury, take them all the way through to the point where they're ready to be back to the performance level that they came in pre-injury. We can provide just about anything that any of your walk-in clinics provide, but we definitely focus on musculoskeletal issues.
The Ortho Express Clinic meets athletes where they're at and when they're playing. The entire PSM team will be at an athlete's fingertips. Additionally, the clinic houses the region's only DEXA body composition assessment and a sports dietitian who can work with athletes on their dietary needs.
Some athletes, it might be a difference in their starting position. They might see a number and say, wow, I had no idea that was my body composition. How can I change this? And sometimes just seeing numbers is more motivating than just talking about, maybe their calorie amount that they're taking in.
The advantage to having an Ortho Express clinic is the diversity of the hours. So people who have non-traditional work schedules should be able to get in. I think having athlete access on the athletic trainer side in the trenches, so to speak, and having them be able to get a hold of us or maybe send us a note and saying, hey, this patient's coming in, this is what I'm worried about, and gives us a heads up.
Whether it's the use of treatment tables, the radiology room, cold whirlpool tank, or the traditional exam room, the Ortho Express Clinic gives patients a seamless experience all under one roof.
This is the type of facility you see in professional and high-level Division I athletics where you have everything right in one place. So if an athlete gets hurt playing basketball or volleyball on the other side, within the same facility they can get their physical therapy or an x-ray if needed just to rule out a fracture. That's stuff you hear about in the NFL, stuff you hear about at high-level colleges where kids just went downstairs and got an x-ray at halftime. We can actually do that in-house now. So it makes us kind of a state-of-the-art, unique facility.
Pilates therapy is using the Pilates technique in a therapeutic way. Pilates itself is just using, we would use equipment, Pilates equipment, to work on precise movement patterns in the Pilates method in that rehabilitation process. The benefit of doing Pilates with the therapy, the biggest benefit is to work on smaller muscle groups and precise movement patterns that you're going to get with using the Pilates method. In this method, if you just come in with low back pain, or you have some shoulder pain, or you have some other pains that aren't surgically repaired, the Pilates method is very effective in utilizing those smaller muscle groups that are attached from the core into the shoulders or to the hips to strengthen from the inside out. It very much works posture. In this day and age, posture is a huge thing with people, sitting at desks, keeping the head forward.
Anybody can benefit from Pilates. Definitely athletes, performers, dancers, gymnasts, but also people, chronic pain, back pain, shoulder pain, teenagers, even women going through pregnancy or postpartum can also benefit from Pilates.
Pilates is for everyone, and including men, especially men. Men get tight as they age, decrease in flexibility in the hamstrings, in their spine. Now you have many professional athletes doing Pilates, LeBron James, Jake Arrieta, Antonio Brown, and they're finding the benefits of getting the elongation of the muscles and the strengthening and the balance and the control that helps them during their sport. And we are the only clinic in Fort Wayne that services both physical therapy and Pilates at the same time, that you can get a Pilates-based rehabilitation.
If you're an athlete or the parent of one, you want to check out Parkview Sports Medicine. We serve every level of athlete with our sports nutritionist, our expert physicians at O&E, and the area's only specialized athletic rehab. To learn more, go to parkviewsportsmedicine.com and click on the Services tab.
Welcome to the University of St. Francis, located in the heart of Fort Wayne, Indiana, where the Cougar basketball programs have won 2 national championships and finished runner-up twice since 2010. And the Cougar football program is fresh off a 2016 national championship. USF is a 3-time gold-level Champions of Character institution, one of only 12 NAIA schools to earn that distinction. The University of St. Francis provides you the opportunity to get a great education while competing for championships.
Welcome back, everyone. We are just 5 minutes and 30 seconds away from the start of the second half. Lady Cougars are currently down 38-34. Take a look at some of the halftime stats here for Indiana Wesleyan. Carly Lang with 5 points, 4 rebounds. Nicole Gnasiuk with 5 points, 2 rebounds. Anna Imhoff with 9 points, all in the first quarter. She took her first 3 3-pointers and made them. That's been it. She's still 3 of 4 from beyond the arc. 2 points for Washington, 6 points for Katie Key, 6 points for Dayton Groninger, 5 points for Elena Adejua. She also has 2 rebounds. For St. Francis, Sydney Crow with 3 points, 2 rebounds. Kara Gurka with a game-high 12 points, 1 board. 3 points for Lindley Kistler, 1 rebound. 6 points for Savannah Buck, 1 rebound. Josie Murphy with 2 points, 4 rebounds. Shayna Temple and Alexis Thorban with 3 points apiece. In the first half, leading St. Francis in minutes played was Lindley Kistler at 18:29. Leading Indiana Wesleyan in minutes played was Katie Key, the point guard. Wesleyan shooting 61% from the field on 14 of 23 shooting. Wow, 89% from three-point land, hitting 8 of 9, and 2 of 4 from the free throw line. St. Francis, 11 of 27 from the field, shooting 41%, 4 of 12 from beyond the arc, shooting 33%, and 6 of 8 from the free throw line, 75%. In the first half, 10 fouls for Wesleyan, 6 fouls for St. Francis. Points off turnovers, 11 for St. Francis, 9 for Wesleyan. Points in the paint, 14-12 St. Francis. Second chance points, 4-2 St. Francis. And points off the bench, 11-8 Indiana Wesleyan. Largest lead of the game for Wesleyan was by 6, and that came in the second quarter with 7:15 left to play. University of St. Francis held a 6-point lead in the first quarter with 7:27 left to play. The score has not been tied yet in this game, and there have been 7 lead changes. So very interesting game we got going here. Very, very evenly matched. Wesleyan obviously holding the 4-point advantage on the scoreboard. Looking at Wesleyan, they opened the season with a 1-2 record. After beating Cornerstone, they lost to Lindsey Wilson and then to number 13, IU East. They then went off and rattled off a bunch of wins. Let's see, 3, 6, 9 wins in a row before their loss to UIndy, a Division II school. They then went on to beat Thomas out of Georgia and Kaiser University out of Florida before losing to Holy Cross 61-60. They beat Mount Vernon, Naz, and Bethel to open up. Well, I shouldn't say that, but they did beat Mount Vernon, Naz, and Bethel in Crossroads League play before losing back-to-back games to Taylor and St. Francis. You know, Anna Imhoff has not been the Crossroads League Player of the Week, but her best scoring performances came in that stretch right there in the losses against Taylor and St. Francis. After losing those 2 games, since then winning 6 of 7, their only loss coming on the road against number 5 Marion. Marion's really been doing it, folks. They are looking good in the Crossroads League. Currently in first place with a 14-1 conference record. Wesleyan in second place with a 12-3 conference record. Taylor University in third place with 11-4 conference record. Then you got Huntington in fourth at 9-6. St. Francis is tied with Grace for fifth place with an 8-7 conference record. Mount Vernon, Naz, Spring Arbor, Bethel, and Goshen College. The Maple Leafs are your cellar dwellers. In the top 25, Marion at 5, Taylor at 16, and Wesleyan at number 20, St. Francis at number 25. So 4 teams in the top 20 from the Crossroads League. That's outstanding. Crossroads League really, it's been about the last 4 years where we've been getting multiple teams in the top 25. My first couple years at St. Francis, my first year was in the 2011 season, but it was really just Wesleyan and St. Francis for the longest time. Bethel had made the NAIA National Tournament, and then their coach, Martinez, who's now the coach at Taylor University, well, he left Bethel. And For a while there, it was just 2 teams from the Crossroads League heading to the national tournament. Then we had Goshen, had some strong seasons, and then obviously Marion. Marion's really been getting it done for about the last 4 years at a very, very high level. So we'll see what happens here. Ex-Indiana Wesleyan coach Scott Brooks is now coaching at the University of St. Francis out of Illinois. He takes over a very, very good program. They are 17-7 overall, ranked number 17 in the country, but they will be a hard out at the national tournament, and I anticipate they will make it. Imhoff with the block on Lindley Kistler to start the third. It's number 13, Janae Goodwin. Goodwin has yet to score in this game for the Lady Wildcats. Katie Key, St. Francis looking like a zone defense, 2-3 to 3-2, as that's Kistler up top. Splitting defenders was Carly Lang. Carly Lang was the last person to score for Indiana Wesleyan. Last person to score in this game, and she hit the three-pointer at the buzzer. It gets the scoring started here in the second half. Foul called on number 33, Nicole Ignatiuk. Savannah Buck goes up top as Kistler tracks it down. Those two played high school ball together at Homestead High School. Lady Spartans were last year's Class 4A state champion. Buck, senior year, I believe they lost that semi-state to Penn, a very, very solid Penn team. Imhoff. Crow comes out with the defense. That pass was knocked away by Chandler Jones, picked up by Savannah Buck. In that situation, I believe Buck gets a steal. I believe that's what the definition of a basketball steal is. It's the person that comes up with the ball, not the person that knocks it away. Skip pass over to Kistler for 3 as that side rim's no good. So far it has not been Lindley Kistler's day from beyond the arc. She's now 1 of 6, although 2 of those 3-point shots were halfway down. I couldn't believe it popped out. Goodwin looking for the cross over. Finds Katie Key for 3, a long one left short. Crows there with the board. (40-34), 6-point ad for Indiana Wesleyan. Carly Lang's the only player to score here in the second half as we are 2 minutes and 10 seconds in. Gurka Jones. Chandler straight to the cup is fouled by Imhoff, but a nice strong take by Chandler Jones. You can see how athletic she is down there on the floor. Her brother Hayden Jones is a standout basketball player at East Noble. They're enjoying a very, very good season. First free throw attempt by Jones is no good. East Noble really doing well in the Northeast 8 Conference, but they did take on Summit Athletic Conference. Bishop Dwenger barely got by him. Dwenger about a 6th or 7th place team out of 10 teams. Second one's good for Chandler. 35-40 is your score. Savannah with another steal, as that shot is blocked from behind by Lang. Goodwin being guarded by Crow. Indiana Wesleyan going to finish up the season with Spring Arbor and Mount Vernon Naz. 3-point attempt by Goodwin, no good. Right rims, Ignatiuk cannot catch up to it. After today's game, they will travel to Mount Vernon Naz before hosting Spring Arbor at home. St. Francis will host Grace on Wednesday. Finish up with Bethel a week from today. Before the Crossroads League tournament, right now it's looking like St. Francis will not be hosting a Crossroads League tournament game. As nice rebound by Jones, finds a darting Savannah Buck. No good, Lang with the defense. Huntington University would be the last team to host in this situation. St. Francis, if the Crossroads League tournament were to start tomorrow, St. Francis would travel to Huntington in the first round. And the St. Francis men would host all the way throughout. Matter of fact, this next game coming up is a big one because virtually the winner of that game is going to host throughout the Crossroads League as Sydney Crow goes right hand off glass. So St. Francis now pulls to within 3. Lady Cougars are outscoring Indiana Wesleyan in the quarter 3-2. Good win. Lang fires it to Gnasic as she is fouled by Kistler. Boy, Gnasic and Kistler, they almost look like twins as far as the build's concerned. Both are very athletic bigs. Gnasic hits the first. In this game, she's 2 of 3 from the charity stripe. Entering today, Gnasic, a 74% free throw shooter. Second one's no good, but we have a lane violation. Goes against number 32, Chandler Jones. So we'll reshoot it. Second one is short. Kistler with the board. Lindley races it over the timeline. Picks up her dribble. Imhoff's in her face. Gurka to Jones. Crow for 3. Off the mark. St. Francis playing with this big lineup. You don't normally see Kistler, Chandler Jones, and Kara Gurka all on the floor at the same time, but in the same sense, Kistler has only been with the team for a few games now as Carly Lang goes off glass. (43-37). Kistler entering today. This is her 9th game played on the season. Lady Cougars in total, this is the 28th game. Slap on the wrist. Kara Gurka heading to the free throw line. Foul is called on Gnasic, her second, team's 3rd. First attempt by Gurka. Is up and in. Kara now 4 of 5 from the charity stripe. Has a game high 13 points. Right now, if we were looking at the All Crossroads League Player of the Year, I'd probably have to put Kendall Bradbury first and Kara Gurka second. Obviously, Anna Imhoff is a very good player as well. She'd be mentioned. She'd be right up there with those two young ladies. Bounce pass goes into Gnasic. You can see how quick she is on that first step down the block. 45-39, a 6-point advantage. Gnasic is now 3 of 7 from the field. Lindley Kistler for 3. That's a huge 3 for St. Francis. Pulls them within 3. We got a timeout called by Coach Ridge. It's a 30-second timeout. Take another look there at Lindley's 3. This will be a long replay. Lindley now with 6 points in this game out of the corner. Lindley is now 2 of 7 from three-point land. But she has been on it. She very easily could be 4 of 7. That's why you want her to just keep on shooting them. Kistler with 2 rebounds. Josie Murphy and Sydney Crow lead the Cougars with 4 rebounds. Carly Lang has 8 rebounds to lead all players. Washington. Shot Just left short. Lang, put back. Carly Lang has been on fire here in the third quarter. She's got 10 points in this game, 8 of them in this quarter. As Kistler's shot is blocked by Groninger. Excuse me, Lang had 4 points at the break, so she has 6 points in this quarter. Jones, Kistler. Jones at the elbow. Approaching 3:30 left to play. Nine seconds on the shot clock. Left hand dribble drive. Jumper, 17-footer off glass, no good. Groninger with the board. Dayton stands 5'10" tall. Nearly lost the ball. It looked like she's having trouble corralling it there on that dribble drive. As Buck does the same. Not sure if the ball's a little slippery. Katie Key, 3 minutes left to play in the third. Her team's up by 5. Indiana Wesleyan's ranked number 20. St. Francis ranked number 25. And in the men's matchup, St. Francis ranked number 3. Indiana Wesleyan ranked number 6. Foul goes against number 33. Trace. Nasiak, that's her third, team's fourth. .251 left here in this. Great rivalry game. Taylor University is beating Goshen 53-30. That is to be expected. Taylor in third place in the CL. Goshen in 10th place. The rebound there by Adejwa. Lang being guarded by Savannah Buck, top of the key. Adejwa did a good job of fending off Josie Murphy. It is, wow, I mean, Wesleyan has so many athletic bigs, and they're young too. Gurka was calling for some movement as she sinks down to the block. Foul goes against number 23, Carly Lang. That'll be her third, team's fifth. We're in the bonus with Kara Gurka at the free throw line. Gurka with 14 points, a game high. Ignasiuk leads Wesleyan with 10 points. Imhoff's got 9, Lang's got 9. Lang's going to check out. She gets a round of applause there from the Wesleyan faithful. Indiana Wesleyan always travels so well, even though, well, there's wintry conditions all around the state of Indiana. Not so much here in Fort Wayne, though. It hadn't been that bad. One of my guys just left Columbia City after Concordia lost to Fairfield by 2, and he said they got like a little ice storm going on in Columbia City. Imhoff. Looked like a travel there by Imhoff. Loose ball picked up by Temple. 1:30 left to play in the third quarter here. St. Francis looking to make it a one-possession game. Gurka down low. Tough task there going up against Adejwa, the sophomore. You're not going to push her around the block. Still, though, Kara Gurka gets it done. She's as savvy a basketball player as you're going to find in the NAIA. Say that about, Imhoff. Hand in her face, knocks it down. Imhoff now is the team's leading scorer with 12 points, and she hit 3 3-pointers in the first quarter. She really doesn't take many shots. She hasn't in this game. She's now 4 of 5 from beyond the arc and 4 of 7 from the field. Savannah Buck for halfway down and pops out. 52-49 32-44 is your score. Washington, we got about 2-second difference between the game clock, shot clock. Key, Imhoff. Closing was Gurka, and long rebound by Key. Imhoff gets another one off the heel, and that is going to do it for the third quarter. Wesleyan leads it 52-44. Today's game is brought to you by Parkview Sports Medicine, the exclusive sports medicine provider for the Lady Cougars.
Athlete or the parent of one, you want to check out Parkview Sports Medicine. We serve every level of athlete with our sports nutritionist, our expert physicians at O&E, and the area's only specialized athletic rehab. To learn more, go to parkviewsportsmedicine.com and click on the Services tab. AWP Sports finds the athlete's purpose beyond athletics, the industry leader in sports performance for over 10 years in Northeast Indiana. You can find out more by clicking on the Services tab at the top of this page.
Welcome to the University of St. Francis, located in the heart of Fort Wayne, Indiana, where the Cougar basketball programs have won 2 national championships and finished runner-up twice since 2010. And the Cougar football program is fresh off a 2016 national championship. USF is a 3-time gold-level Champions of Character institution, one of only 12 NAIA schools to earn that distinction. The University of St. Francis provides you the opportunity to get a great education while competing for championship. Back here at the Hutzel Athletic Center, you were enjoying the sounds of the Cougar Marching Pride. Head coach Kevin Donnelly in the house. Coach D is the AFCA NAIA Coach of the Year, 2nd year in a row. He's been named the Coach of the Year 4 times throughout his career. Back-to-back national champion coach Kevin Donnelly. One of the best that's ever done it. He's the NAIA's winningest college football coach, and he ranks number 8 all-time college football coaching wins. Impressive. 3-pointer, no good by Groninger. Tracked down by Savannah Buck. In that third quarter, it was Wesleyan winning it 14-10. So Wesleyan took the first quarter 23-19. It was 15-15 in the second and 14-10 here in the third. Down low, Gurka fights through the contact and finishes. Kara now with 18 points. She certainly can fill it up. I believe she's got a game high of 36 on the season. We'll double check that. Nice steal by Savannah Buck. She's looking to move up in the rankings there. She's nationally ranked number 50 in that category. Foul goes against number 2, Groninger. That'll be her 3rd. Gurka actually scored 40 points against IU East. That was over Christmas break. Janae Goodwin, the sophomore, 5'7". Carly Lang, she had a heck of a third quarter for Indiana Wesleyan. Nice block there by Savannah Buck. Buck and Josie Murphy had her walled off. In this game, 12 turnovers for Wesleyan, just 8 for St. Francis. Murphy from the far wing, working off that pick by Gurka. She sinks to the corner. And blocking foul going to be called on Chandler Jones, number 32. That would be her 2nd, team's 1st.
Washington and Key back in for the Wildcats as Goodwin and Groninger take a breather. Imhoff left wide open as that shot was tailing off to the right. Not a good looking shot there for Imhoff. She looks at Ethan Whaley and just, what was that? Savannah, 7:50 left to play. Her team is down by 6 points. 2-possession game. Buck, Katie Keys got the D. Savannah looked across her over. Just too much congestion at the time. Kistler, 9-8. Strong left hand dribble drive. Lindley Kistler finishes and will look for the and one. She's now got 8 points. So Kistler camping out there on the near wing. Picked her opportunity to strike and did just that. She gets a lay-in +1. So that'll cut this lead down to just 3 points. Washington far wing. Lang takes it now. She's been guarded by Kistler. The pick set by Ignasiuk. Washington just outside, misses on the 12-footer, tracks down her own rebound, loose ball, and a timeout is going to be issued to Ethan Whaley. 30-second timeout. Let's take another look at Lindley Kistler. As you see, Murphy gets it over to her. Kistler on that first step has no problem taking him off the dribble. Finishes. Kistler's going to be a force here for the next 2 years in the Crossroads League. .658 left to play. 3-point ad. Nice pass to Ignasiuk. That was a laser. 54-49. Kistler's looking for Gurka. Gurka's got Lang draped all over. Lang's got a few inches and some LBs on Gurka. Washington, left-hand dribble drive, working off that pick by Ignasiuk. Ignasiuk fighting for position with Murphy. She's definitely got the size advantage, but Lady Cougars had her surrounded, coming up with the steal. Good defense being played by St. Francis. 2-possession game. Down by 5 by the Lady Cougars. Coach across. Watching as he's getting ready to lead his team out onto the floor in a top 10 NAIA matchup. Two of the best programs in the country year in, year out. St. Francis and Indiana Wesleyan coaches Chad Lacrosse and Greg Tonigal. A lot of people thought that Tonigal was going to leave Wesleyan when that Valparaiso job opened up. And I guess Valpo didn't offer him the job. And a lot of people thought that was a mistake for Valpo, but here we are. I'd say being at Indiana Wesleyan, he's got a pretty nice position. Indiana Wesleyan, as far as small colleges are concerned, is one of the tops in the country. Gurka. Defense being played by Lang, making it tough on Kara Gurka, who should be named All-American this season. Hopefully Crossroads League Player of the Year, but right now it's looking like Kendall Bradbury's far and away the Crossroads League Player of the Year. Imhoff, right hand dribble drive, finishes. Foul's going to go against Murphy. Her second, team second. Imhoff now with 14 points. She really hasn't looked to score too much in this game. Started off the game hitting 3 3-pointers in the first. Jones, Murph. Buck, step back 3-pointer, no good. Murphy tracks it down but cannot finish. She got knocked to the ground. Josie's gonna put the clamp down here on Washington. Sydney Crow set to check back in for St. Francis. Key, Washington, and it's Lang out of the corner. And 3 seconds finally called on Wesleyan. Crow checks in for Chandler. As that is Elena Adejwa still talking with the bench to get her assignment. She's still looking over at the bench. Who do I have? 5, 10, 21? Bueller? Indiana Wesleyan starting to extend this lead. Was 52-49. Currently on a 5-0 run. Washington content with letting that clock whittle down. See if the Lady Cougars go to some sort of press, trap defense. Imhoff, possession will stay with Wesleyan, just 2 seconds on the shot clock. Jones checking in for Murphy. Washington. Possession went to St. Francis. He called it to St. Francis. 1 second left on the shot clock. Yeah. Possession to stay with Wesleyan. That's what it looked like, but still only 1 second on the shot clock. It's going to be Washington with the inbounds pass. Imhoff gets it off. No good, though. And a little collision. Lang was pretty excited about that one. She and Adejwa collided there going after that board. And the last one off of St. Francis. Turbin going to re-enter the game. Inbounds goes to Imhoff. She's got a fresh 30. Tied up with Savannah Buck. Nice job. Good defense by number 20, the point guard. Quick hands. Lang. You saw Buck there spying her. Key working off that pick. That is Ignasiuk, number 33. Ignasiuk runs right through Crow and finishes. So the paint is clogged up. Man, there is a train coming through that paint. Got to keep your head on a swivel in this game. Gurka. Turbin, pump fake, drives, no good. Gets her own rebound. 1-on-2 as turnover by St. Francis. 3:08 left to play here in the fourth quarter. We got a timeout going to be called by Coach Jason Ridge. It's a full timeout. You're watching Lady Cougar Basketball, brought to you by Fort Financial Credit Union.
Grandpa taught me years ago, do business with people you know and who know you. That's why I joined Fort Financial Credit Union. Their staff knows I'm busy at college. They set me up with a checking account, a debit card, and an auto loan. With the Fort's mobile app, I can check balances, transfer money, and make my car payment. My grandparents loved doing business with the Fort, and I do too. My future, my family, my Fort.
Welcome to the University of St. Francis, located in the heart of Fort Wayne, Indiana, where the Cougar basketball programs have won 2 national championships and finished runner-up twice since 2010. And the Cougar football program is fresh off a 2016 national championship. USF is a 3-time gold-level Champions of Character institution, one of only 12 NAIA schools to earn that distinction. The University of St. Francis provides you the opportunity to get a great education while competing for championships. .308 left to play. Wesleyan up by 10, 59-49. Leading all players in scoring is Kara Gurko with 18. Anna Imhoff leads Indiana Wesleyan with 12. She's 4 of 9 from the field and 4 of 7. 3-point land. And Washington tied up with Shayna Temple. Saw Carly Lang run over there to help up her teammate. You gotta love seeing that. Lang is just a sophomore too at 6'1" from Union, Kentucky. I mean, she sprinted over there like it was her job. Key. Gurka now out on Washington. Looks like a 2-2-1 zone for St. Francis. Oh, big collision. And charging, gonna be caught on Ignasiuk as she sent Temple to the ground. Like I said, man, I wouldn't want to be drawing those charges. Looks like we got a 30-second timeout. Ethan Whaley taking it. Checking back into the game. Nah. Is it a fake timeout? Turbin now with the inbound pass. Savannah's got Katie Key right on her back. And I'm wondering if St. Francis is going to start pressuring. St. Francis presses a lot. Just haven't seen it in this game. Cougars not going far into the bench against these Lady Wildcats. Kistler, strong take in, once again finishes with the left hand. Lindley Kistler, her 11th point of the game. So the last time Lady Cougars scored, it was Lindley Kistler with the exact same play. We'll see if she can finish here with the 3 points. Jones checking in for Turbin. (52-59) as Lady Cougars are now pressing. Temple working between Washington and Lang. Key's got plenty of space. Gurka now down on in the corner. Garden Key. Imhoff. Pass intended for Dedra. Kistler is called with the foul. That'll be her second, team's fourth.
Lindley Kistler, Indiana Wesleyan, they've got about 3 Lindley Kistlers on their roster as far as the size is concerned. Buck. Fancy pass there by Savannah. Gurka, left hand, no good. Possession's going to stay with Lady Gurka smiles. 16 seconds left on the shot clock. Get to see Kara smile a lot. She does so many things so well on the floor. Lang with the rebound after the miss by Gurka. And foul's going to go against Savannah. Savannah's just fighting her heart out, trying to make something happen. It's her second foul. Both teams in the bonus. I wonder how all the women's college basketball fans feel about the change from the 20-minute halves to the 4 quarters. I guess I really don't care. It doesn't really seem like it makes that much of a difference at all. You go from a media timeout to a quarter. But they say that it's supposed to speed the game up. Game's the exact same. I mean, we finish in about an hour and 50 minutes. 8-point advantage for Indiana Wesleyan. We're approaching 1 minute left to play in this game. Savannah Buck, we need a 3-pointer. Turbin. Gurka, just want to see Kistler shooting. And that was blocked by Imhoff. Loose ball! Temple! Jump ball called. Wow, a loose ball, and everybody was standing and looking at it. Temple had ran out of bounds, so she can't be the first player to touch it. So we got a timeout called by Coach Jason Ridge. His team down by 8 with 49.6. This is going to be a 30-second timeout. Let's take another look at Lindley Kistler. Savannah working off that pick by Gurka. Gurka's going to command a lot of attention. Gurka then setting the pick as Kistler. Once again, that was Lang with the defense there on Kistler, but she's athletic, and Kistler knows how to finish at the cup. Carly Lang, she's 4 of 5 from the field. Nicole Ignatiuk's 4 of 8. About 3 of Ignatiuk, her misses have been right down on the block, point blank range. Ignatiuk, a junior, good player. Seniors are Anna Imhoff, Brittany Washington, and that'll do it. Novak is the only senior for St. Francis, as Shannon Temple's shot did not get off in time. That'd be a shot clock violation. Washington, Lady Cougars looking for the trap, as Key's just going to dribble it away. Washington. That's an intense battle going on between Buck and Washington. Looked like Washington kicked her. Coach Rich is like, she kicked her. That was like a low roundhouse. Sweep the legs. Washington at the free throw line. First one's no good. Washington's first trip to the charity stripe. Entering today's game, Brittany Washington is an 81% free throw shooter. She's one of the top free throw shooters for the Wildcats. She's got 3 points now in this game. Washington nearly came up with the steal. Good job of sticking with that play by Buck. Another 30-second timeout being taken by Coach Ridge and the Lady Cougars. Once again, for St. Francis, we will host Grace on the 14th, which is this coming Wednesday. And it's part of a doubleheader. So the women tip off at 6 and the men tip off at 8. So we're not going to have a game on Tuesday, Ruck. Once again, my name's Jeff Mahoney, and Ahmed Rucker is on the camera. Ahmed, a defensive tackle on the football team, had an interception against Taylor University and nearly took it back to the house. About a 20-yard return. One of the best plays of the year for the Cougar football team. That was awesome. Good play, Ruck. Turbin. And jump ball going to be called. Possession arrow in favor of Wesleyan. Groninger is going to check back in. Leaving the game is 14, Elena Dejua. So that will do it, folks. Wesleyan's going to win it 61-52. Indiana Wesleyan will improve its record to 21-7 overall, 13-3 in the Crossroads League. St. Francis will fall to 8-8 in the Crossroads League, 16-12 overall. St. Francis finished the game shooting 35% from the field, 29% from beyond the arc, and 79% from the free throw line. Wesleyan shooting 54% from the field, 60% on 9 of 15 shooting from beyond the arc, and 50% from the free throw line. Wesleyan out-rebounding St. Francis 26-21. Leading scorer for St. Francis was Kara Gurga, the game's leading scorer, 5 of 10 from the field, 7 of 8 from the free throw line. And Anna Imhoff leading Indiana Wesleyan, 4 of 9 from the field, 4 of 7 from beyond the arc, 2 rebounds, 12 points. Carly Lang had 8 rebounds and 9 points. And leading St. Francis in rebounds was Josie Murphy, along with Sydney Crow. Well, folks, once again, thanks so much for joining us. Remember to tune in on Wednesday, our doubleheader against Grace. Tip-off at 6 p.m. for the Lady Cougars. My name is Jeff Mahoney, bringing the play-by-play. We had Ahmed Rucker on the camera. Once again, thanks so much for joining us. Until next time, have a great weekend.